In this video, we are going to discuss representation of images formed by spherical mirror using a ray diagram. This is a small tip to draw a diagram, ray diagram. You always choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines in your copy. Whenever you draw the ray diagram, always choose 5 lines. Reason, if you make a curve here, then this center line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth one will be acting as a line which is passing through pole. So it is easy to represent the diagram. So this is just an easy trick, so that if you now mark the lines, then it is easily visible and it is easy to understand, which is now formation of images by spherical mirror can easily understand by these ray diagram. Now this is one of the example of an ray diagram. Just for example, this is the principal axis and I have drawn these two rays. Now one important question, why we are considering only a 2 rays here? So whenever there is an object, it can emit large number of rays which is moving towards this spherical mirror. But if we are taking all these rays, then it is very difficult to understand, or for the clarity purpose, so that we get a clean diagram for the image, we use only 2 rays. If we use large number of rays, then there will be large number of reflection will be there, and that diagram is not very much clear in the representation. So for representation purpose, we only take 2 rays in the diagram formation. Now the question arises, why only 2 rays? Why not 1 only? So because intersection of 2 rays, at least 2 rays, will give us the image formation. This is the first ray, this is the second ray, and both are intersecting at this point. So image is formed at that point where after reflection these 2 rays are meeting. We will discuss now the rules of image formation. So for example, for the image ray diagram formation, we choose an object emit large number of rays, but we select only 2 rays to the surface, and these rays after reflection, the point where they are meeting is the point of the image formation. So for the image formation, what are the rules we use? Now we will discuss that rules. So first rule, what happened when ray passes parallel to the principal axis, whether it is a case of concave mirror or it is a case of convex mirror. We will discuss both the cases here. So first of all, you draw this concave mirror and pass the principal axis like this. Now if ray is parallel to principal axis, meaning it is just passing like this here. So just I have drawn the diagram in both the cases, the ray which is passes parallel to concave mirror and the convex mirror. Now after passing parallel, it just follow the general rule, that is whenever it is making angle I with the normal, then it is reflect by angle R. If I can say this is angle R, but the important point is this, the point where it is intersecting the principal axis is the focus. So the main point of this rule is that whenever ray passes parallel, it passes through focus after reflection. So in the similar way, when we take the convex mirror, this is a converging mirror because it moving towards this side. But what happened in case of convex mirror? It is diverging, it diverts the rays. So for example, if it is passed parallel, then it will diverge like this, we can say. Just for example, angle I and angle R here. Now one more important point, how to draw the normal here. Just for example, this normal is passing through the center of curvature here. So just mark center of curvature, and the line extended from the center of curvature will be acting as a normal here. Okay. So now if it is angle I, then what will be the angle R? This is just like an angle R here. Now it appears to be meet at this point, which is a focus. So again same thing is here, whenever it passes parallel, it passes through focus. It passes parallel, it appears to be, because the ray is diverging, so we can say it appears to be passed through focus. So while discussing the rules, we are only taking one ray here only, because we are just now discussing how ray passes when it just hit the spherical mirror. When it passes parallel, it passes through focus. Same in the concave case, same in the convex case, only difference in the diagram. In the first case, the focus is in front of the mirror, whereas in case of convex, it is just behind the mirror. So this is the first rule. Whenever ray passes parallel to the principal axis, it passes through focus after reflection. So second rule, what happened when ray is passing through principal focus? Now whenever you draw the diagram, one more difference is there. In this case, we are draw principal axis till the pole point, whereas in case of convex, we are passing it through the pole because focus is towards this side. So this is a major difference between the two diagrams. Now we have to mark the focus here. In both the cases, we have to mark the focus. Now the rule, what happened when the ray is passing through focus? So just this is a ray which we are drawing here, just making it all correct. Now we have to draw this arrow also. Now whenever the ray is passing through focus, again the same rule, that is, if we are taking here center of curvature, I am making, so this is angle I, and if we have to make angle R, then it just passes parallel. So whenever a ray is passing through focus, it reflects parallel to the principal axis, just opposite to the first case. In that case, the ray is moving parallel and then it is passed through focus. This is the reverse of it. When it is passing through focus, it passes parallel to the principal axis after reflection. So now in case of convex, this is the focus. Now this ray is passing through focus, meaning we have to draw this kind of a diagram here and extending towards the focus. And one more thing, normal is passing through the center of curvature. If this is the center of curvature, then I have to draw the normal like this. It is passed through center of curvature. Now again forming I is equal to R. So in that case, it passes parallel, just like this and this. So whenever a ray is passing through the principal focus, it passes parallel after reflection. In both the case, diagram is different but concept is same. Whenever it is passed through, a ray is passed through principal focus, it passes parallel. Important point is to draw the diagram properly, easily. Extend this line till focus and extend the normal to the center of curvature. Now the next rule is, what happened when ray is passing through the center of curvature? Now if this is the focus, then double of the distance is the center of curvature. Now we have to draw a ray which is passing through the center of curvature, just like this. Now we are drawing this arrow. Now this is the case when it is passed through the center of curvature, then it remain undeflected, or we can say it follow the same path. जैसे आई है वैसे ही वापस चली जाएगी, ठीक है. Second case, again here, focus, center of curvature, we will make an ray which is coming like this only and extend up to this part like a dotted form, passes through center of curvature. So for example, if this is the direction of the ray, then it is reflected back in the same direction, that it follows the same path, or we can say no deflection will takes place. So why this happen, that is no, or we can say it no reflection is appearing in this case, because in previous two diagram we have drawn the normal is along the center of curvature. So whenever the path is along the center of curvature, that is I is equal to 0, then obvious R is also equal to 0. This is a law of reflection, na? Incident ray, reflected ray. and the normal, incident ray, reflected ray and the normal. Now if angle between I and the normal is 0, then between R and the normal will be 0 also. So if any ray which are passing on the mirror or a lens in the direction of normal, then there will be no reflection in that case, or we can say it follows the same path. From where it is coming, it is going back in the same direction and in the same path. Now next is the fourth rule, which is already applied in the previous three rules. Now what is the rule? What happened when ray incident obliquely to the principal axis? Now obliquely meaning it passes or making angle I with the principal axis, then obvious it will reflect in this direction while making angle R. So actually we have used this rule already in the previous three rules, that is whenever there is angle of incidence I, then it is reflection will takes place with the angle R. So similarly here, when a ray incident obliquely to the principal axis, it reflects by making angle R in this direction. In this case diagram remain the same. If it is making angle I, it is reflecting while making angle R. We are not here drawing these extended lines, we are just mentioning or elaborating this ray only. So till now we have done the four rules. First rule states that whenever a ray which is passes parallel to the axis, that is to the principal axis, will pass through focus. This is the first rule. Second rule, whenever a ray is passed through focus, then it is reflect parallel to the principal axis. This is the first rule. This is the third rule, second rule, and the third rule. Whenever a ray is passes through center of curvature, then it reflect back in the same direction. And the last rule, if the ray incident obliquely, that is making angle I with the principal axis, then it is reflecting in angle R, that is I is equal to R. So these four rules are used in representing any of the ray diagram by the spherical mirror. And one important point in all these images, one important rule is follow, that is angle I, that is angle of incidence, is always equal to the angle of reflection.